Is the United States military losing its lethal edge because it is too busy worrying about political correctness? We are watching a fundamental shift in how the Department of Defense operates, and at the center of the storm is Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, who just delivered a message at West Point that has sent shockwaves through the entire establishment. Before we continue, if you want to stay on top of everything happening in U.S. politics, hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like. It really helps this channel grow and allows us to keep bringing you these deep dives into the stories the mainstream media often ignores. On a rainy Saturday at the U.S. Military Academy, the atmosphere was as intense as the weather. Pete Hegseth took the podium and didn't hold back. He aimed his sights directly at what he called foolish and feckless leaders who he believes have prioritized identity politics and social engineering over the core, singular mission of the military, to fight and win wars. His message to the cadets was blunt and, for some, deeply uncomfortable. He told them that the battlefield does not grade on a curve. He reminded them that, in a real-world conflict, you cannot throw your pronouns at the enemy to gain an advantage. This speech wasn't just a traditional commencement address, it was a manifesto. Hegseth is signaling that the era of social experimentation within the ranks is over. He is pushing for a return to a rigid, merit-based, and focused military culture that ignores the societal trends currently dominating the civilian sphere. By calling out previous leadership, Hegseth is effectively telling the rank-and-file that the mission has been compromised by a top-down focus on inclusivity at the expense of combat readiness. What does this actually mean for the future of the military? We are looking at a potential total overhaul of training standards and leadership expectations. For years, there has been a growing divide between those who believe the military must reflect modern societal values and those who argue that the military is a specialized institution that must remain insulated from political trends. Hegseth is clearly siding with the latter, effectively drawing a line in the sand. This move is bound to have massive consequences. If you are a proponent of traditional military structure, you probably see this as a long overdue correction. You likely believe that the military has been distracted by diversity mandates and administrative bloat. However, if you believe that a modern military must be inclusive to maintain its legitimacy and internal cohesion, you likely view Hegseth's rhetoric as a dangerous step backward. Either way, the message is clear: the current administration is dismantling the woke framework piece by piece. The fallout from this isn't just about optics, it's about the very identity of the United States Armed Forces. We are talking about who gets promoted, who gets command, and ultimately, what kind of institution we are sending into harm's way. The political implications are equally massive. By framing the previous leadership as feckless, Hegseth is leaning into the America First philosophy that prioritized national strength above all else. This isn't just about rhetoric, it's about a fundamental restructuring of institutional priorities. We can expect to see further policy changes that reinforce this stance, potentially leading to significant friction within the Department of Defense's bureaucracy. The question remains, can the military pivot back to a singular focus on lethality, or is the ideological shift too deep-seated to be reversed by a single administration? So, what do you think about this? Do you agree with Hegseth that identity politics have crippled our military, or is he oversimplifying the needs of a modern, diverse fighting force? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one. The reality is that we are witnessing a pivotal moment in American history. The defense of our nation depends on the clarity of our mission and the strength of our institutions. Whether you support this change or fear the consequences, one thing is certain: the conversation around the purpose of our military has been fundamentally altered. Hegseth has laid his cards on the table, and the rest of the country is waiting to see how the chips fall. We will be tracking this situation closely as it develops. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more analysis on the stories that matter.